Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy Suremaine, and welcome to the first episode of Rebooted, baby. I'm very happy to bring you guys this video. We're starting off with NBA Ballers, the very original one. And it took me so long to create that little intro, and it's not much to a lot of people, but I'm very proud of it. It took a lot of work for me, and I'm happy that I have it. And welcome, you guys. Rebooted. In this series of videos, I'm going to revisit a game that was a great game back in the day that I feel like needs to be rebooted or needs to have another entry in the franchise. And one of those games is NBA Ballers. Now, NBA Ballers was an old school game. There's, I think, 3 games. No, there's NBA Ballers, NBA Ballers Phenom, and I do believe there's a NBA Ballers on the 360 with Dwight Howard on the cover. But this was made by Midway, and it feels like a Midway arcade game, what they did best. And now we're going through all the individual players, and they have a huge roster in this game. This is the 2004 roster from the big time all-stars at the time, like Kobe Bryant, like Vince Carter, and Allen Iverson, as well as some of the old legends: John Stockton, Larry Bird, James Worthy, Dr. J, Scottie Pippen, and they have their own individual categories like Ballers East, Ballers West, Marksmen, Playmakers, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Big Men, and they have the Young Bloods category, which is it's crazy as a basketball fan when I see who's in the Young Bloods category: Carmelo Anthony, Manu Ginobili, LeBron James, and just thinking back, like, oh my God, they look like babies. You know what I mean? They have a huge selection of ballers, and they all kind of play in their own way, whether they're marksmen, overall, they're well-rounded overall, or they're dunkers, they're postmen. And speaking of the players, when you look at their faces, I think they did a great job on the detail. They look like themselves, except Larry Bird kind of looks weird. Tony Parker looks like Tony Parker. Tim Duncan looks like Tim Duncan. Vince Carter looks like Vince Carter. So on and so forth. AI looks like AI. They did a great job on player detail. For a Midway game, you know, an arcade game that was not even focused on graphics at all. I mean, you look at NFL Blitz, they look nothing like their real life counterpart. So I think Midway deserves some big ups for this game, being the first one out of the franchise. They look really damn good. Just the faces in and of themselves. They don't look as good as ESPN NBA 2K5, but they look really good for an arcade game. And they did a great job on that. They did do a great job on that. Now, moving on, the gameplay. Oh my God, the gameplay is so much fun. You know, street ball is all about humiliation and exhilaration. You want to be talking shit. You want to be crossing up the person in front of you. Step back, boom, hit that fadeaway jumper right in their face, facial dunk on them, and it really does feel like that in NBA Ballers and the games like NBA Ballers, like NBA Jam and NBA Street. You want to be just clowning your opponent, and the gameplay, the actual moves, the crossover moves, they do feel like that, man. And you can do all kinds of crossover moves. You can throw it off the heezy, throw it alley-oop to yourself off the backboard. And what's interesting to note is Midway actually brought in big-time street ballers like an N1 mixtape at the time to do the motion capture, like Hot Sauce and Tricks. So that's cool that they actually had human beings doing all the motion capture, doing every single dribble, every single jumper, every single crossover. And now the stages, the arenas, they're all somebody's crib, which is pretty cool. They're all somebody's own property. And they provide a really nice background, a really nice vista just to look at and just to think like, man, you know, these NBA ballers, these players have all this money, and you know, they could be living in a house like this. It just provides a nice little set to look around the intro as you get ready to hoop up. And of course, it wouldn't be a Midway game without a loading screen with cheat codes to be put in, and they give you all kinds of crazy modifiers and variations of the game like big heads, infinite turbo, and stuff like that. It couldn't be a Midway arcade game without that. So, like I was saying about the gameplay, it's very fast and it's just very fun. You have all kinds of abilities that these players can have: legal goaltending, super jumps, super dunks, stuff like that. And fucking got my pocket picked right there. And you have your juice meter. This is how the gameplay works. You have your juice meter, which is your turbo, And you have the house meter, which you build up by doing crossover moves like chaining moves together and scoring a basket. And if you fill up the house meter, then you can bring down the house. You can perform a dunk that will tear the goal down. Just get that shit out of here, Rashard Lewis. You can tear the goal down and win automatically. That's really cool, but extremely hard to get. You have to win 2 games, and you have to win by 2, or you can let the timer run out. You have 5 fouls that you can have, that you can accrue. Once you get the 5th foul, then your opponent goes for the free throw line, and they shoot a free throw, score 3 points, and get the ball back. Now, segueing into the Rags to Riches mode, this is one of the first basketball games, if not the first basketball game, to include an actual story mode. Yeah, it's not much. There's not a whole lot going on, but it's cool because you get your own character, and you can customize them to a T. Really, there's a lot of player customization, from the clothes, the shoes you wear, the pants, the shirt, the bling. You can have you can select a ride, which you don't get to drive, but it's there in the background. You can have friends that you can pass the ball to, like in the middle of your dribble, and they can pass it back to you, which is pretty sweet. And you have your skills, which you spend money on to improve your ratings: 2-point shot, 3-point shot, dunks, steals, handles, as well as your abilities, like I mentioned before, legal goaltending, super dunks, and stuff like that. And it's all has to do with the points that you accrue. And now you have to think: do I spend money on improving a rating or getting a new ability? So there's kind of some meta there, which is kind of cool when you think about it. It's kind of it's surprisingly deeper than you would expect. And what's great about Rags to Riches is because your player's rating sucks, basically. You have to play all the other professional athletes, all the professional basketball players whose ratings are through the roof. So it's a tough challenge. It's a really good tough challenge because they're way higher on the totem pole. They have so much more like higher ratings than you when it comes to like 2-pointer, 3-pointer. So you really have to work for the win, and it's good. It feels like an arcade game. The game gets harder as you progress. Now we segue into the match with AI. And going back to the gameplay real quick, so the way you commit fouls is by pressing juice and X, which you will grab your opponent and throw them away. They might lose control of the ball as he swats me right there. Give me that ball back. That's a foul right there. Or you can push them, and you have to know when is a good time to foul and when isn't a good time to foul. It's a great game overall. It's a lot of fun to play. It's a lot of fun to watch. And there's tons of collectibles and little clippings that you can collect as you play the game, and little videos like one by Stefan Marbury where he shows you how to do a crossover and stuff like that. It's a really fun game that a lot of people should play, especially if you're a basketball fan or just a casual sports fan. It's a fantastic game. It's so much fun to play, and it's incredibly cheap. I mean, I bought this for $2. So if you are interested in this game, then you should definitely go give it a shot. And it's backwards compatible on the 360. That's how I'm able to play it. So NBA Ballers, the first one, is a great game, and it only improved with NBA Ballers Phenom. However, I don't know about the third one. So the way I'm going to do these is I'm going to describe the game itself, tell you why it was great, and then suggest why the new one should be made. A new one should be made because, I mean, who doesn't love arcade games? And you can make this an easy $20 download. And you can imagine how a game like this, excuse me, a game like this or NBA Jam would look on Next Generation, with all the cool fire effects and stuff like that, which I forgot to mention. If you make 3 baskets in a row, your player comes on fire, and, you know, boost to the abilities and stuff like that. Anyways, you would have really awesome looking effects, incredible detail on the players. I mean, hell, a game like that, NBA Ballers, might outsell, even though it really won't, but it would have a lot of sales compared to other sports games. And I mean, some of the other sports games like NBA Live are just terrible. Like, those games are just bad. If you include a game like this, an arcade game that every basketball player would love to play, as well as a casual sports fan, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money. You can have your player customization. You can even include another story mode. I think this, having another entry into the NBA Ballers franchise, would be a great move. You don't have to sell it for much, but you will get a lot of profit out of it. I think this game really deserves another shot, like another NFL Blitz or something like that. Midway's arcade games were the best. They were so much fun, they were addicting, they were challenging, and they always kept you coming back for more, which I feel like NBA Ballers is in the same boat, you know? It's just as fun to play as it is to watch. So that's going to pretty much bring the video to a conclusion. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you will be looking forward to more videos like these in the Rebooted series, as well as the Hidden Gems and On the Radar, if we do decide to do On the Radar. And I got to create the Hidden Gems video first, or the intro first, but I had a blast making this video. And what I want to do with every Hidden Gems and Rebooted video is after the actual video itself, I want to go ahead and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that hook shot. No, I want to go ahead and stream the game like on a weekend or so. We'll stream the I don't know, that's a travel. He did a hop step and then continued to dribble. That's a fucking travel. You're not allowed to do that, AI. That was the weirdest thing when that happened. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Anyways, I want to stream the game every time we do Hidden Gems or a Rebooted video. I really would like to stream the game and have everyone come out and hang out and just play and have a good time and enjoy the show, because this game is really fun to watch. It's really zany, really wacky, and especially if you're a basketball fan, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. You know, I don't like watching 2K, stuff like that. It just, it's too robotic. But something like this, an arcade game, kind of like almost like a party game, would be a lot of fun to stream. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you will look forward to more Rebooted videos as well as regular videos like we do all the damn time. So that's gonna do it for me, you guys. My name is Suremaine. This is Rebooted episode 1 NBA Ballers. I hope you have a good day. Peace. I am out.